It is imperative to keep your problem solver clean. Let's go. For today's adventures, we have a BoreSnake to clean the bore, make sure it's the proper caliber. We have some wipes to wipe everything down, little dowels to get inside the nooks and crannies, several different cleaners from CLP to Hoppe to breakthrough clean to slip. I kind of use whatever I feel like it. We will need some sort of hammer, hopefully not a regular one, hopefully an armorer's tool, but whatever. A punch, the Glock tool seems to work really well. We have our tactical toothbrush. Again, we have our problem solver and our tactical roll of duct tape. Again, super high quality. Obviously make sure the pistol is unloaded. We're gonna lock the slide to the rear. And as you see right here in this cutout, there is a roll pin. The first thing we need to do is knock that roll pin out. Obviously don't lose that roll pin, you're going to need it later. Let's send the slide forward and lift up on it at the same time. Something went flying, time out. Taking a lesson from me, and don't do this aggressively and fast like I did. Little adapter here that keeps the slide on the frame slid out, but luckily it landed right next to my table. We're gonna slide that back out, put that aside, and then inside here there's two different springs, a large one and a small one. The small one obviously just sits inside the larger one. We'll put those aside. Then finally you have your firing pin striker, and that's it for the slide. Simple as that. The slide is now disassembled. As far as your frame here, the only thing you really have is your recoil spring, guide rod. Put that in there, and that is it. That's how we completely field strip the gun. Now this gun is not filthy. I think I only put like 250 rounds through it before I couldn't deal with it anymore. But let's wipe it down and make sure we give it back to the owner nice and clean. Actually, I'm gonna lay this cloth out first so I don't get cleaner all over my bench. We have some Hoppe number 9 cleaner. Spray it on the dirty parts and the frame and the slide. Again, it's not very dirty. If it was, you could let it sit for a while. Wipe down all the stuck on nasty parts, especially in the feeding ramps here. Alrighty, that looks good. Same thing on the slide. Wipe down all the nooks and crannies and crevices, and we'll get all that dirt out so it shines like a brandy new high point. Then we'll get our cloths, wipe everything down, get all that grime out. Use one of these little wooden dowels, to clean inside the firing pin chamber here. Oh yeah, that was a little dirty. Alright, looking good there. Switch our attention back to this frame. Wipe everything down. Make sure there's nothing caked on or stuck on the frame. Feed ramps, pay close attention on this particular pistol to the feed ramps to make sure this thing feeds reliably. I'm going to slide one of these little patches under the barrel. It's tough to clean in there with the fixed barrel. Then I'm going to use the dowel to move it around and get it all nice and clean in there. Alright, this thing is looking pretty good. Except for in the barrel. In the barrel is kind of gross still. So next we're going to get our BoreSnake. Spray it down with some Hoppe number 9 cleaner. And then just run it through the barrel. Oh wow, it's much better. Let's do it one more time just to make sure. Oh yeah, we have a clean problem solver. Looking good. Next, let's break out some CLP. That's the lube that I've been using a lot lately. We'll put a little bit on all these contacts. I guess I'll put a little on the barrel. I don't know why, actually. It's a fixed barrel. Any contact point, any metal, anywhere you're seeing wear and tear. I'm gonna put some there too. That's where you want to lube up. Same thing on the slide. Anywhere there's wear, anywhere that the frame and slide meet, metal meets metal, where they ride together, definitely put some go-go juice so everything runs smooth. Okay, we are clean and lubed up. Let's put this beast back together. First, your firing pin goes in first, slides right back. Boop. Then the two springs, firing pin springs go in next. The small one goes inside the big one. Boop. And then this little adapter. I dropped it again. Oh, funny, this little adapter is giving me trouble today. And then finally, this adapter goes in. Doesn't matter which way. Put it in either way. We have our recoil spring. We're going to put that back underneath the barrel in the frame. And then we switch hands. Actually, it's easier to do it this way with this gun. Line everything back up. And as we, whoop, I did not line everything back up very well. Let's try that again. As we pull back, that little piece goes right inside the slide. Lock the slide to the rear, bring our tactical duct tape back in, and then we're gonna punch. Okay, put back together. Get our magazine so we can do a function check. I hate magazine disconnects. Okay, we are good to go. That is how to disassemble, clean, and lubricate the Hi-Point C9.